Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. It's Friday night, which means it's alcohol-free beer night, and the beer we're going for tonight is it's a Belgian one. It needs no announcing, it's this one. It is Chouffe 0.4, otherwise known as the Sans Alcohol, alcohol-free. Yeah, it's a 0.4% ABV Belgian beer with the classic Chouffe gnomes all over it. You've got up close and personal. Got a little gnome flying the aeroplane just up there. Lovely little gnome down there. It's cool. And there's one on the back as well. And speaking of the back of the bottle, there's not an awful lot to tell you from there. It just lists the ingredients pretty much, which are water, barley malt, wheat malt, hops, spices, and hop extracts. Simply put. So yeah. Many years ago, I tried Chouffe of the varying varieties that they do. And it was quite unique. It was quite nice. It's the first time I'm trying the alcohol-free one. So, let's see how it fares, shall we? There we are. Bottle opener. Got another little gnome on the bottle cap. Right there. There he is. Anyway, and we're going to pour into the closest thing I have to a glass that will fit the style of beer. It's my Titanic goblet. The pour is pale, as I expect. See if we can get a nice chunky head on it, because these deserve a chunky head. That'll do. That'll do. So, we have a blonde beer with a subtle fridge haze and a nice tight white head on it. Looks like a Belgian beer should, in that sense, for the most part. The roll suggests it's got a reasonable body. Head looks good. Yeah, nice. It's a whiff. I was expecting more. I was expecting more of that Belgian flavour, that Belgian vibe. I was expecting more of the spice. I'm getting a little bit of, it's like a wheat beer vibe going on. Yeah, it's got a little bit of Hoegaarden, that subtle spice, that little hint of orange. Yeah, it's quite light on the nose. I was expecting it to be more punchy, more kind of those banana esters that I sometimes get from the Belgians. But yeah, this is more like the coriander orangey Hoegaarden type thing. Anyway, it smells all right. So yeah, let's have a taste. Cheers. Body is light to medium. Carbonation is low but decent. It's really quite dry in the mouth, which was quite a surprise. And the flavour is very much more along the lines of a wheat beer crossed with a lager. It's not got that big Chouffe flavour. It's subtly spiced, very subtle. There is that clean orange flavour. It's light on the finish, quite refreshing, clean. I won't say crisp because it's not quite crisp, but it's, you know what I'm saying. It's not too bad. Not what I was expecting, but not too bad. So, we're going to go to the aide memoir of Untapped, which says there have been 9,000 check-ins to this beer, 3 from people I know. 2.72 average overall, a bit higher at 367 from the 3 people I know. Yeah. So I know I bought another bottle of this. I gave one to my boss, who is a big Belgian beer fan. He wasn't overly complimentary of this beer, I must say. But me, we shall see. So I'm just going to put a couple of things on here again, because I forgot them. Forgot to write the bonus names down. Looks, aroma, body, taste and finish, and the possible bonuses are present and correct, ready for judgment. So, looks-wise, it's not a bad-looking beer. It's got the light blonde colour. It has a nice-looking head on it. There is nothing really to dislike about how it looks. Is there really? Let's be honest. Looks alright, does that? So, yeah, I'm going to give it a point for the looks. The aroma is light on the nose. It's certainly not what I was expecting. The Chouffe's design nose used to be a lot more punchy. We're judging this one in its own right. It is still light. It has got some orangey, spicy notes that I quite enjoy, but it's very, very, very light on the nose. I'm going to give it a 0.5. We're going to give it the benefit of the doubt. The body, light to medium. It's not as heavy as some of the alcohol-free beers. It's certainly not as heavy as an Erdinger, which this is probably a little bit closer to. But again, it's just a little on the light side for me. Otherwise, the carbonation is quite nice. Not too spiky. It's just pleasant. Again, it needs to be a bit heavier to really sell that Chouffe vibe. So I'm going to give it, again, the 0.5. The taste is really what matters, and whilst this is pleasant enough, it's not huge in any way. It's not what I was expecting for Chouffe. Like I say, it's much more closer to a Hoegaarden type thing with that orange and coriander type flavour. It's missing all of the, for me, the classic Chouffe vibe. And that's the weakest bit of the beer, in my opinion. That's where it's going to get a 0.25. It's pleasant enough, but it's just not what I was expecting for a beer of this style in any way, shape or form. And the finish. The finish is quite decent. I quite enjoy it. It's light, it's clean, it's fresh, it's relatively crisp, if you get my drift. But it's light. And I'm going to give it the 0.5 as well. So we've got 2.75 out of 5 from me. And then we come to the buy again value for money and bonuses. Well, it can't have the full bonus because it didn't get a 5 out of 5. Buy it again? I'm going to say no. I wouldn't buy this one again. Not because it's terrible, because it's not. It's just, if I'm going to go for a beer of this style, there's better. And the value for money, I paid about £2, something like this, for this bottle. Depends on what you like, really, as to whether or not you think this represents value for money. You can get very similar tasting beers like the Hoegaarden alcohol-free for less money overall. And I would say they represent better value for money. This doesn't represent as good value for money, so it's going to be a negative on all the bonuses today, but 2.75 out of 5 overall. So there we go. It's, like I say, it's not terrible. It's just not a great beer for me. There's much better alcohol-free out there. And if you're going to buy this because you used to love drinking fully leaded Chouffe but want something lighter, it's not the same in any way, shape or form. It's got cool branding, but that's pretty much where it ends. So yeah, we'll leave it there and say, that's been the beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination numbers you wish. And I will see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.